Hello? Hello? I guess I'm back on my bullshit. By the way, I did have electrolysis, which was nice, but my face is still red, so I'm not gonna use camera today, but then like next day I probably will. So just letting you know. So I guess I'm gonna do some beetle event racing. Can I just use makeup? I'd rather just like wait like a day. I would rather just wait a day. I don't know my Joy-Cons yet. I'll play Breath of the Wild when I get them. Figure I might as well work on this track a bit longer. I suppose that's what I want to do. So oh wait, hold on. Well, I'm not sure if I want to listen to music or watch videos or play the game or talk to you. Not sure which one I want to do. This fucking 43108. Let's just warm up. Warm up. Warm up. We're warming up. I don't know why this he jumps so fucking hard. Oh my god, this fucking level. I don't even know if I want to grind this more right now. I just kind of turned the stream on, but we could just talk or something. Be nice to talk. I don't know. Does anyone want to talk about anything interesting? I guess I'm supposed to be the one to like direct the conversation, but I don't know if I have too much to say really. Been going ham on YouTube though. It's been fun. Releasing lots of like video responses to people who are posting about me. Feels actually productive. I feel like I'm tapping into the external, like my external environment, so it feels like productive. The game I'm looking forward to most would have to be Smash for Wii or for Switch. It has to be Smash, yeah. The goal is to beat the time, which is 4:31. Yeah, I think face cam tomorrow, yeah. I think I've been responding pretty well. I mean, I just like, I'm just like done being silent, you know? I'm just like done with it. I'm done being silent. Like, I'm just going to respond. Bumping into walls, that's bad. Yeah. A lot of the time I don't really like to use my voice too much unless I have like passion behind it. It's hard to just like randomly narrate. For some reason it feels like effort. I guess I should just like, maybe if I gave less of a shit, it wouldn't be as bad, but just feel like I'm very low energy when I talk. Sometimes it's just like I feel like I have to put in more energy than that are truly in my words, and then it feels like a little forced. Like I feel like wait, hold on. Okay, so I feel like maybe I should just embrace like a more mellow mode of talking where I don't put forth much effort. I guess some people would call it like ASMR, but and then when I get excited, then you'll be able to hear it. It's like a more clear presentation of my thoughts. Like when the shit's really low energy, it's like, oh, I guess I want you to hear how low energy it is. I think that's a reasonable method of communication. Am I staying in my apartment? I tend to, yeah. I go outside, I do go outside, but I prefer to be indoors, so. I guess I want to take a little bit more of a positive approach with things that I talk about. More mellow or positive. Less like misery and angst. I feel like I've tapped out the misery and angst. Like it's been pretty explored, and I think developing the more positive side of me is probably beneficial. So it's good to talk about what I find good, or I don't know, things that I care about. Yeah, another epic live stream. Yep. I think this is pretty chill. I'm just gonna chill. Bumping into walls. I have to reset. I have to play really well to beat my time, so I prefer not to hit walls like at all. Except for the big cave, which you can actually sometimes save time by hitting a wall. Been like refreshing for YouTube comments. I actually just turned on my YouTube notifications again for comments, so like I get all the comments, which is, I felt like I've wanted engagement on YouTube for once because I've been talking and like directly confronting certain things. And it's not live streamed, it's actually just video content that I'm producing for once. But actually I think those short but sweet little video clips are actually kind of good. I don't mind doing it. It's like my YouTube channel is kind of like stream archive, but also like miscellaneous things, and these little video responses have felt kind of nice to do. It's kind of good because like I feel like when I am looking so far out on like the landscape of my, like if I think of my world as like a personalized world, and like anything that has to do with me is like within the world, or like, so like people for example who are in my stream are like around in my stream, but then there's also like posts like on the perimeter of my world, which is posts you find online. And so I've been like finding those posts online on the perimeter, and like oftentimes those posts are kind of negative or like are very critical, and I feel like when I engage with those critical posts I have the opportunity to actually kind of delve into some things. Like it gets into these conversations where it's like I think what you guys are doing is kind of like this murky moral territory, and I'd like to explore some of these concepts, and then like we could go into it and it gets into like privacy, anonymity, the internet, and like politics and all this other shit, and like then I get to like, then people like accuse me of being something, but then I can like actually clarify, like I can address that. It's like someone brought it up to me, so I don't have to like suddenly burst out into the room and start like shouting my political ideologies from the roof or anything. I just get to respond, and like it actually is, I think, drawing out some parts of like my worldview that have not been necessarily shared so clearly before, and I think that it's nice to have it in one video like that. So it's like I feel like it's actually kind of productive when I'm like engaging with that kind of material, even though there's like a lot of hateful shit like attached to it. But it's not all bad, because like there was just a post recently that was actually pretty reasonable. So I guess it's like a somewhat different matter of opinion on like what is acceptable way to like treat other people online. I guess there's a kind of a different like a difference of opinion there, I guess. I actually kind of lost meaning with my artwork because I was so focused on sort of re-rendering reference images, basically, where I just like have a reference picture that I want to draw, then I draw it like pretty accurately to what it looks like, and through the process of creating it and painting it, I've added my own kind of like stylistic flair on top of it, but it feels like that stylistic flair and the effort of like rendering it, it just doesn't feel like there's enough like artistic process in that. It feels like a little bit too mechanical, which makes me feel like my art doesn't have much significance. Even if it looks pretty, it just doesn't feel like it has enough significance for me to want to pursue more art right now at this point in my life. And like that is potentially something that could change. And like if you look at like certain art that people create, it's like full of this vibrant imagination and creativity, and I feel like the art that I've created has never been very exemplary of that, and that's kind of like a limitation of like the way I did art. And I feel like it kind of it like it's like not as it made me not want to do art as much, because the art that I was creating didn't feel particularly meaningful to me. And the process of going like full creative and like creating characters and like all this other stuff, I actually always struggled with it. I was always like found my way in like rendering, um, just like painting and blending and stuff based on some kind of goal or reference image, but like generating that from nothing or like from pure imagination, I found it to be extremely difficult to create anything that looked good, I guess. And so the stuff that I created that looked good was based off of references, which I feel like, again, it was like too mechanical what I was doing. So I just like kind of don't, maybe that just means I'm not a very good artist when it comes to that, but I was able to make images that look pretty, but again, they just like don't hold much significance to me. I feel like I'm just re-rendering a photograph, which honestly, some of those like style transfer neural networks could probably kind of replicate what I'm doing decently well, and I'm sure that's only going to get better over time. So it's like my form of art is already becoming like, it's already like falling off. It's like being obsolete, and I feel like, yeah, if I was to approach art, I would want to be able to inject that more creative imagination into it, and I think that I've never been able to successfully accomplish that with visual art, unfortunately, despite spending a lot of time in visual art. My room is cold. What did I do today? I woke up, I made some videos. Probably gonna take a bath in a few hours or something. Grr, I can never do this. Wind Waker's not a game I want to play again. I appreciate it for the good times that I had, but I don't feel any desire to play it. Sort of feels like mission accomplished, you know? Watch any new shows lately? No. The most recent thing I watched was season 3 of Better Call Saul, in which I don't want to spoil, but I didn't mind watching it. I pretty much just binged it. Yeah, the Joy-Cons are coming back. They might be here soon. I'm not sure. Well, I play Dark Souls on the Switch. I don't plan on buying it, but it's not impossible. Hello. I don't know what to say about Better Call Saul. I think it's... I didn't mind watching it. Like, if season 4 comes out, I'll watch it. I want to say Breaking Bad is better, but there's some good stuff in Better Call Saul. Yeah, it's on Netflix. I think I saw like a single episode of Westworld. I guess it's something I could watch. I also was gonna maybe watch Sense8, but I only watched like 1 to 2 episodes. I don't know. I haven't felt super compelled to watch many shows, I think, so... Oops. that turn is hard for me. It's really hard for me to judge it, and like the two turns that happen before it make it so it's hard to like. I think that part's kind of hard. Just like the way you weave through. You know, the thing with this game is like, obviously there's some optimal path, but I haven't done a lot of like super intensive analysis of like what that is. So I tend to just kind of like try to just do it by feel. And so because I do it by feel, I feel like there's a lot of it's kind of like judging like the calculus of like of what is the way to maintain a lot of speed while taking these turns, while also cutting the corners without losing too much speed. It's like a balance and a trade-off. And I'm just trying to do it like kind of by feel, and it's definitely I think it's a fascinating thing, actually. I mean, obviously go into emulator and and like solve it would definitely be the way to improve the gameplay a bit, but I've just kind of felt like playing the game, so I haven't done any of the dirty work. I've just been playing the game. Yeah, 4:31:08 is the record. Like, if you turn very lightly, you don't lose much speed. If you turn more sharply, you lose speed. If you release the acceleration, you can turn even more sharply. If you release the acceleration for consecutive frames, then your speed will drop, but you'll also be able to turn more sharply. And then if turns are really sharp, you can use downshift with the Z button to turn even more sharply, which is what I do on the ski jump. So there's like a trade-off of like balancing your speed and then also like how tight you take turns. It's really complicated, actually. And I am just doing it by feel, so a proper approach would be to go into emulator and do a lot of analysis about what is faster in different situations, which is something that, like, you know, I could do it. I could open emulator and like do a bunch of frame advance with the differences between like every other frame tapping the acceleration to do like a slightly tighter turn versus like taking something a little bit wider, and like or what's the difference between releasing acceleration for 2 frames versus releasing it for 1 frame and then pressing it and then releasing it for 1 frame, and also like what's the difference between like if there is like if you're trying to get to a place, like how wide do you want to go, and how sharp do you want to turn. There's a lot of instances where it's like it seems kind of murky, and this part right here is it's a disaster. This part is like, yeah, I don't know. And a thing about the emulator though is it doesn't emulate some of the physics accurately, because some of the physics based on how you jump or how you like collide with the ground and stuff, I think, are based on lag, like, and the frame rate, which is based on the N64 console, and that's not emulated properly. So emulator can change the physics somewhat and give you different results than you'd find on console, so that complicates it further. But yeah, like, that turned, fuck. So like, okay, so like what I'm talking about with these complicated things. So like, here's a good example. So for this turn, I'm trying to go all the way to this tunnel over here, right? And so there's a turn I have to do. There's a turn I have to do around this corner, okay? So the question is, here's the question. It's like, how sharp do I want to turn here? Do I want to turn really sharp like this and then release, where I'm like suddenly, basically I'm getting the line as fast as possible, but I'm also, by doing that, I'm lowering the speed more because I'm turning harder, versus what happens if I take it a little wider but turn less abruptly? So let's say I do this instead. Oh, that was actually too little. Hold on. Okay, so let's say I'm like, see, I go like a little bit wider. So I don't get the line as fast, but my speed is higher because I didn't turn as sharply. So it's like I'm maintaining a higher speed, but my line is less optimal. Like, which one's better? It's hard to know. It's hard to know without properly testing it. A general problem in motorsports? Okay, well, I mean, obviously this does apply to something like real life racing. It does apply. But of course this game is guided by the way it's programmed. So it has some sort of physics regarding speed loss when you turn and like maintaining speed when you turn less sharply. And so this game has its own problem. So yeah, it's hard to know. It's hard to know. I mean, I could like open Mupen or something and try to get this game emulated properly and then try to unlock everything with some cheat code and then go into this level. And then pretty much what I would have is this in-game display on where I'd show the time. And I would save state at a certain point. And I would basically just do sections via frame advance in different ways. And I would like write down what I did and what the time was on the in-game clock at there's some goal point, right? Like say that tunnel I was talking about. It's like, well, at the tunnel, like what's my time? And then go back to the same save state and then try a slightly different strategy where I go like a little bit wider and then note down the time. And then if I did that, I'd be able to see, oh, well, this method of getting there was faster. And then that, as I do more experiments like that, that kind of knowledge starts to generalize across all sorts of turns in the game. And so you get a better understanding of the way like optimization works for the game, and you can start to apply that knowledge. So like, I guess you could argue I'm being a lazy piece of shit by not actually going and doing that. I just kind of felt like, I mean, let's be realistic though, my Joy-Cons are coming back like soon, and I don't know, I just kind of don't feel like going through all that effort. It's like I know what to do, but like I'd rather kind of just play the game instead of like investigate the game, you know. No, you're listening to me talk to you live. What other games have I have on N64? A bunch. I have a lot of games. Oh, wait, I'll tell you what. You know what? I'll tell you this. If I ever return to Beetle Adventure Racing after these Joy-Cons come back, if I ever return to it again, I will go through the effort. I will make this promise right now. If I return, I will go through the effort of doing more intricate emulator testing to get better knowledge of the way physics and optimization works within this game. Maybe the effort I've been putting into this run starts to justify spending my time on investigation. I think it probably does. So I feel maybe a little foolish. You know what? Let's just do Mount Mayhem 100. Let's just do that. That way I'm not... Here, let's just turn on... Let's turn on the shit.
One player. Single race. Time attack.
Actually, I might turn off this shit.
Nice wheel. Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Do you hear a really bad echo? You probably do.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
You don't hear an echo, really?
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready.
I don't believe you.
2, 1, go!
Uh-oh.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
So far, so good. I have to do this shit, though. I guess I'm not gonna do it. I mean, like, okay. I need to warm up on 100 points. Because it's a doozy. It's a doozy for sure. No. No. Echo because you can hear my monitor and you can also hear my microphone.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Ugh. Ugh. It's tough. This level's hard.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh my god, this is hard.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
It sucks. This round sucks. Lost like over a second. Ugh, that was slop.
Lap 2.
Lap 2. Lap 2. I missed the nitro. Sucks. Oh, that was supposed to not happen on this lab. That was a big mistake. Alright then. That's right, so I have to do some kind of sharp turn right here. Nitro, and then get the 2 box. And then take the 5 over here. Get the nitro and go over this way.
It's the final lap.
And then on lap 3 I have to do this route. And then I fucked up, so I have to get the 2 at the ice lake, and then I have to warp immediately. And get the 2 over here. And after that, I'm ready to complete the level. What's the record on this thing? I don't even remember my record for this. I want to improve it. I think I've spent too much time on this level to not improve it, really. Fuck. I mean, this run was shit the whole way, so. 5:13.97. Yeah, what's the record? 5:04.32. 5:04.32.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
There we go. That was a little slop, but I saved like a second. Okay, got it.
Lap 2.
Lap 2. How do you get that box? What the fuck? Do I want to do this on lap 3? Oh, I'm I'm starting to think that I do, because if I get the nitro, then that's going to be a problem for that part. So this would then move to lap 3 as well, I guess. I don't know. That's fine, actually. I didn't make the jump.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, lap 3 is the alien cave.
Mayhem.
Lap 3 is
Get ready.
the 2 boxes on the perimeter of the loop.
Go!
Lap 2 No, lap 2 is still the alien cave. No. Alien cave is lap 3. Oh no, what am I doing?
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
This run sucks. Okay, alien cave is not on lap 1 because the 5 box back here is difficult. That's a very reasonable analysis of this track. Or at least strategy. A very reasonable strategy. Lap 1 is the inner loop, which makes sense because it's difficult to get these boxes fast. It's hard. So that's reasonable. And then because I come here so slow, it makes sense to get these 2 as well. And then I should not get this box yet because wait, why? Why should not go up on lap 1? Is it because this is random? Or is it because if you get the nitro from above, I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna, I know getting this in lap 1 is good because it's hard. Okay, missed it.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 2, 1, go!
Alright, so that's good. Cross the bridge. 5 bucks, hopefully clean pickup. Yep, alright. Inner loop. Ice cave boxes. 1, 1, 2. I think I missed one of those. It's okay. I can get it later. Then we're going down. I think I might have chosen to go down first because I don't want to get trolled on the 5 box, which is here. Which you can get a low jump, and I don't even think it really matters too much what your perspective is. If it's first person or not, I think it just happens a lot. You can just go under the box. But that's like luck. So I did not get bad luck, and then we go for the 5 box up here. If I can get it. I knew I was too far to the right. Fuck.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Ready, 2, 1, go! Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready, 3, 2, 1, go!
Damn, getting a clean start is so hard. Oops, turned too early. I keep going too far to the right on the big jump there. There we go, nice, 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 nice. Oh no! Oh my god.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready, 3, 2, 1, go!
Yes, this is my favorite track in Beetle Adventure Racing. I have the most fond memories of this place. I like the music and the aesthetic and everything about it. Ski jump's a bitch though. Fuck. Some people in the Beetle Adventure Racing Discord were saying like that this is like now the hardest track in the game because of the ski jump. It's a hard thing to do, but I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. I have put a lot of time into it, and I still like fail it frequently. So it is hard. Oh, beautiful. Come on, let's go. Ski jump right now. This is the ski jump. And I got it. Alright, this run is sick. This run is sick. Oh, we're only 46 seconds into a 5-minute long run. Alright, so far it's really clean. I hope I can keep this up. Good. That was fine. That was totally fine. Alright, this run is very clean run. I want this run to succeed because I like it. I'm invested into this run. This run is good. I know we're only on lap 1. I hope I don't get trolled here. I did not. Good. Okay, this is a critical moment. I have to get the 5 box. Uh-oh, I'm too far to the right. Fuck, are you kidding me? Again, I was too far to the right. That was like such a fucking good. 154.87 failed 5 box at the end of the lap. I'm really sad I fucked that up. It's gonna be hard to get a run that's like that clean, I think.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Ready, 2, 1, go!
I guess it just comes with more experience somewhere to aim for the for that 5 box. I was just too far to the right. I tend to be though, so I need to watch it. It's kind of a precise jump, so. The hard thing is that you have to get so much clean. Like you have to get this done well, which means you wanna not hit that wall. Like that was slow as fuck. Like you wanna land and just like perfectly go through the glass and continue forward. And then here you want to get a perfect ski jump, which that was not, obviously. So this run like kind of sucks. Okay, that's an example of getting trolled. I got trolled.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready, 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get
Obviously could be faster. I mean, I guess my ski jump consistency isn't that terrible. It's like, I can get runs going, and on 100 points you only have to do it once, so it's not that bad, I guess. Aw, fuck.
Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to Mount Mayhem. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
I think I might just listen to music or watch videos or I'll keep playing, but like I think I don't want to be on the microphone anymore.